In 1972, deep in the forests of West Virginia, there stood a clinic that, according to official records, never existed. One day it operated like any other. The next, it vanished. Patients, staff, and files, all gone. Locals say a doctor worked there, a man who didn't believe in letting death have the final word. His name was Dr. Edwin Morrow, once respected, later feared, and eventually erased. He was obsessed with crossing the line between life and death, not for science, but for something darker. I wasn't supposed to find him, but fate has a strange way of delivering horror. At a dusty flea market, I stumbled on an old, rusted file cabinet. Tucked inside was a sealed envelope marked only Case Number 17. Inside the envelope were aged Polaroids, torn notes, and one object that chilled me. A dusty cassette tape, its label nearly faded, Resuscitation Protocol. I played it, static at first, then screams. Not of fear, but of unbearable pain. Then a voice, calm, clinical. It was Morrow's. Record begins. Incision made at 2:17 a.m. Subject responded. His voice was void of emotion, but the content horrifying. He spoke of reviving the dead, of cutting into flesh still warm from death. He said the soul lingers up to 3 minutes. That's the window. That's the key. The next entries spoke of success. Subjects breathing, moving, even responding. But something was wrong. Their eyes wouldn't blink at the same time. And they never spoke, only murmured, in tongues no one recognized. One nurse, Maria, documented everything. Her final entry read, "He's bringing them back, but they're not alone. They whisper things I can't unhear. They know I'm reading this." That same night, she vanished. No trace, just a blood-smeared clipboard and silence, compelled by a mix of terror and fascination. I decided to go there. The clinic, hidden off an unmarked trail, behind trees that seemed to lean away from it, like they knew what it held inside. It was intact, untouched for decades. Dust layered every surface, but the operating table was clean, like it had been used recently. I stepped deeper into the halls. Lights flickered above me. I swear, I heard breathing, not mine. Slow, wet, right behind my ear. In the main surgical room, a tray of tools lay undisturbed. Rusted scalpels, a syringe still filled with something thick and black. And beside them, a worn, leather-bound journal. I opened it. The handwriting was chaotic, shaky. Pages spoke of dreams, of patients crawling toward him in their sleep. One line was repeated over and over. Pain wakes the dead. Then, everything went dark. I don't remember collapsing, but when I opened my eyes, I was on the table, strapped down. The lights above, buzzing faintly. Cold metal against my skin. And then, I saw him. Dr. Morrow, or what was left of him. His face pale, stretched, surgical mask rotting against bone. His eyes were still alive. He leaned over me and whispered, "You're just in time for the next experiment." I screamed, or tried, but nothing came out. The scalpel touched my skin. I felt everything, every cut, every probe, but I couldn't move, couldn't cry out. He watched me suffer and smiled. I wasn't alone. Around me were others, bodies on gurneys, covered in sheets, except for their eyes. Eyes wide open, watching, breathing, but they never blinked. I don't know how I escaped. Maybe I didn't. Maybe this is still a dream. But somehow, I woke up in my apartment. Tape recorder playing, still recording. That night, my video camera powered on by itself. It uploaded footage I never filmed. A surgery. My voice narrating. But I don't remember saying those words. The comments were instant. "Why did you go back? We warned you. He's behind you again." I turned. Nothing was there. Or maybe it moved too fast to see. Now, every mirror shows something different. A face that isn't mine, wearing his mask, smiling wider every night. I tried to drive away. 10 hours on the road, but every turn took me back to the same sign. Morrow Medical, next right. My phone rings at 3:17 a.m. every night. When I answer, all I hear is breathing. Slow, rhythmic, and then a faint whisper. Scalpel. I sleep less now. Every time I blink, I see him. Closer, in corners, reflected in windows. And I think I hear tools clinking in my drawers when no one's near. I checked my voice messages today. One was from my own number. It was me, warning myself, telling me to never find the clinic. But it's too late. The door is locked from the outside, and the lights are turning on by themselves again. Whatever he did, whatever he became, it's still here. It lives in the walls, in the screens, in anyone who listens long enough. So now you've heard the story. But I have to ask, was it just a story? Or did he find you too? If your lights flicker tonight, don't answer the phone. He was erased from history, but maybe not from existence. His clinic is gone, but the echoes remain. If your dreams take you to a cold room with flickering lights and the smell of antiseptic, don't look at the man in the mask, because once you see him, he never leaves you. Like this story? There are more like it. Subscribe before he finds you too.